meet a man this morning who says he is their voice and it hurts. But why does it hurt? And who is he? Jason Green is his name. He joins me now. Jason, good morning to you.
Good morning.
First of all, welcome to Barbados. Why are you here?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm here to be the voice and to speak up for the people, the amputees, who I have seen do not have a voice. And I think it's time that the voice is heard. They're suffering in silence.
And it hurts you that that voice is not being heard.
It hurts. Yes, it does.
And so that drove you to really make a difference. You said, you know what? Nah, they have to be heard, or we have to be heard, because you are also an amputee.
Yes.
So talk to me briefly about what happened to your leg.
Back when I was 9 years old, I was driving a lawnmower and I slipped and fell, and it got on top of me and it chopped me up.
Ooh.
So that I lost my left foot, some toes on my right. 3 months of rehabilitation in hospitals. I was up and walking again.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God that I had a really good support system around me to make sure that I had the love and care that I needed and the supports that I needed.
You were 9 years old.
9 years old, yes.
Able-bodied, young 9-year-old, doing what 9-year-old boys do, wanting to be just like daddy. He's cutting the lawn, and boom, his life changed. And since that change, you felt that with all that you've been through, somehow people are not hearing you. And what were they not hearing?
Well, it's not a fact that they're not hearing me. It's a fact that all of my life preferences and all of my life, everything that I've been through right now, up until this point, has led me to come to Barbados and to help the amputee community here. And during this last trip of me being here, this last mission trip, I found out that the people are not being heard here. There's a tier system. When you go to get a prosthetic, there's one option, and that's it. You have to buy the new prosthetic limb. If you can't afford a prosthetic, what happens? You get put into the system. You have to make a loan. You have to sell your car. You have to do something because you need your prosthetics. I've met a lot of people on the back end of that during this trip who can't afford that, so they're without their legs. This one lady I met, she has been waiting for her 2 prosthetic limbs since 2016. And that hurts. That hurts. I put myself in her shoes. Why? Because I can. Because I'm an amputee, and I would never want to. I can't even fathom that. 2016. Imagine if I had to wait for my legs. So I came in with a system in place, and I went to the people that are making the decisions, and it was a no. The prosthetics that I am dealing with are the used prosthetics, and they only want us to have the new prosthetics. So there has to be another option for the people who can't afford the new prosthetics, and that's all I'm about, is to give them another option.
I get you. I mean, we have used cars and brand new cars. That's an option for people, so why not the same thing with prostheses? And so you're here not just to, what is it? What do you want to achieve when you leave here? What do you want to see changed when you leave?
I would like to see different organizations step up in the private sector. I'm looking to connect, and I have connected with a few of those. The government sector is brand new. They only want to sell brand new stuff. And I'm willing to work with anybody out there, private sector organizations, to make this used prosthetic tier, create this new tier so everyone can be involved. And the people that can't afford, that's where they will be saved. And there's so many lives out there that can be changed. And it has to start with the second tier. Like you said before, perfect. When you go buy a car at a dealership, you don't just buy the Cadillac. Not everybody can afford a Cadillac. But you do leave the dealership in a car. And people who come to get a prosthetic, they need to leave with a prosthetic, whether it be a new one or a used one, refurbished. And I have companies in the US who are willing to do that. So
that's your mission while you're here.
That
it's a very noble mission as well. I mean, there are many people, we're known as the amputee capital of the Caribbean. And so we want to be able to provide that upliftment to those who find themselves having to live with an amputation, to be able to walk, stand tall, to feel their full self again. And so that's your mission. And you've met with government, you've met with other social and other civil organizations, hoping that they hear you so that they provide the opportunity for you to be able to do so. You believe that there are organizations outside of Barbados in the United States who can supply these the other tier of prostheses that you're talking about, the used and better and refurbished ones. What's the general cost of at least one prosthetic?
The cost of a used prosthetic or a new?
A new one to begin with.
The general cost of a new one, you're talking $7,000.
Wow. And the used one could come in at what price range?
The used one could come in, it depends on the price of the socket and who's going to do it and what medical facility you go through. I don't know those numbers right now, but these limbs from the States are donated. So once you acquire the shipping cost, you acquire the in-house cost of getting a socket from the person that's here in Barbados, the doctor fee, all that stuff. That would be the cost of the leg, but we're not looking at
benefits.
Minuscule, tiny price. That would open the door and allow for all these people to be serviced that are waiting.
Right. So you've had some meetings.
Yes.
And you're hopeful that they'll all be yes at the end of it all. And we have that tier of suppliers of prostheses that are refurbished and that are accessible by the average person who absolutely needs them. And so you're embarked on that mission. And is there anywhere else in the Caribbean you're doing this, or it's just Barbados primarily?
Barbados has been my focal point. Once I get the template set, I would like to duplicate that. St. Kitts, Tortola,
I got you.
Puerto Rico.
You're doing it well. And you will not tire. You intend to make this happen.
Yes.
I'm moved
it
by
has to happen. It has to happen, because if it doesn't, we have a big problem. And like you said before, is there any other people trying to help in Barbados? With used prosthetics, the answer is no. I haven't seen it, and I wonder why it hasn't happened already, and why there's only one way to get a prosthetic here, which you have to buy the new one. If you can't afford the new one,
then none.
Then you have none. That doesn't sound right. So,
you're on a good move.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so we encourage you to keep it up. Don't lose your foresight. Don't lose your passion about this, because I think we need to get people uplifted as well. So thank you. How can people, if they're curious to talk to you, how can they do so?
They can reach me through Facebook. They can reach me through Instagram.
Jason Green.
Jason K. Green.
Jason K.
Jason K. Green.
Green without the E at the end, by the way.
Yes, without the E. And I do mentoring, and I talk to people through my messenger, and I get to know them in personal. And that's the way that I've been moving forward and been able to just be like natural and make it happen.
Yeah.
So
he's making those waves.
Yes.
And so, Jason Green, we commend you. Wish you well. I hope many people do find you and make connections with you. Jason K. Green. There it is on your screen. Look at the spelling of green. We tend to do the E at the end, but in this instance, it's not the E. It's Jason K. Green. Reach out to him. He can talk with you. He can share with you. He can help you feel better about yourselves. But most of all, he wants to provide an opportunity for there to be another layer of access to prostheses through the improved versions of those that are used indeed. And so we want you to give him fullest support, because amputees need this. Thank you, Jason. Wish you well. You're very welcome.